Okay, we're trying this again. Got my banana boat here. No banana. Yes, we have no banana. My little penguin ice cream spoon. I got these years ago. The penguin, a cow, a pig, and I can't remember the chicken. So this is semi-melted ice cream, but it's in the freezer. This is Neapolitan chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry, mostly melted vanilla. I can't tell if there's strawberry in here or not, but it's ice cream. So I went down and fed the kitties, and the seniors are going to be closed tomorrow. And I'll get up in the morning and go feed the cats. And I think I'll finally get up and do some laundry. So I'm back on. I'm not like Kathy. She lives for ice cream. But every once in a while, I get the craving. And vanilla to me is boring. Even French vanilla. So it's going to be weird to have chocolate and strawberry ice cream and a peach pie. But I wanted a variety. And I would have gotten more. They had this on sale for 2 for $6, but I didn't know I didn't have. I didn't know I had the money. I would have gotten another one. But summer, pie and hot dogs and fireworks and ice cream, baseball, swimming, heat. All the things are synonymous with summer. All right, ready to do this. I don't use my little penguin library often. So here's the barbarian wavy remnants off the bottom of the dish. I like banana splits too, but I haven't had one since Kathy and I had a car. And that's been 2 years. But I really like hot fudge sundae, and if they throw a banana in there, I'm quite happy. All right, that's the end of that. And maybe somebody will come in here. I don't know. All right, now to get my dinner. The Not Your Ordinary approved combination pizza rolls, or 3-meat pizza rolls. There are the pizza rolls. And someone downstairs, Kathy, loves the National Geographic. And they left a bunch of This Old Houses. I'll read those. Money Magazine, which I do read. And National Geographics. Kathy loves National Geographics, and this map is How Birds Migrate. I'm always into information. So, what we learn about the Earth from space, the astronauts. 101 ways to make $1,000. I should certainly hope so. I'll look at these later tonight, maybe, but I'm thinking to finish the JFK book. All right, I don't know if anybody's in here or not. Let's try with. We'll do it with the iPad. At least the iPad doesn't seem to be buffering, because I can't tell if I'm on or not until I go in there. All right, let's have my goose dinner. All right. Just send everybody a notice. I'm live. It's posted dead. And I'm talking for 5 minutes. Must be a problem with the iPad. Yeah, I can think of. Right. Well, Nori's on the air, so I can't no point notifying him and Tom. Man, what the hell? Doesn't seem to be buffering with the MacBook, so maybe that's the problem. It buffers the iPad. Well, the iPad's starting to screw up again. I'll be glad when I get this fixed. All right, that's it. No. Hi, Maggie. Yes, ice cream. Yes, yes, yes. Well, right now it's more like soup. Even though I left Virginia Hills within 5 minutes after getting my groceries and got on the bus, wrapped up in the steaks and the pizza rolls and the TV dinners, it's still too much. I didn't think of taking the freezer bag with me. I should have, but I don't know if that would have helped either. So, and by the way, this isn't the other backpack. There's the green water bottle. It does sort of fit. The other one might be bigger. I don't know. The other pocket. And here's pizza rolls. So, pizza rolls live. Ice cream with the penguin spoon a minute ago. Gee, it's 10:30. Let's see if Kathy might be up. I don't believe in the flat Earth theory. Because if the Earth were flat, all the kiddies would fall off, all the ships would fall off, all the airplanes would run into something or keep going, and everybody would be gone. No, they're not. I put them in for 3 minutes. They're cool. No Kathy. All right. Tried you one more time. Anyway, talk to me tomorrow. Love you. Bye bye. Have a happy 4th. All right. No Kathy. Yes, she's sleeping. She called me the other night at 3 in the morning. Like, what are you doing? Well, you said you're up. Yeah, I'm trying to go to sleep. The trick is you put these in while you're trying to make something else. And by the time you get done baking with something else, the peach rolls are cool enough to eat. I have put them in my mouth when they've been too hot to eat though. Leave that light on, but puts an awful lot of glare in. So, flying one way to Baltimore to Alien Con might cost me $100, another 160 to take the train. I suspect more people fly to Pittsburgh than Baltimore. Maybe another 150 from Pittsburgh. And I might go to Denver. I might not. Or just save the money and have a 6-week tenure come out here once and for all. Patty asked me the other night, or somebody did, about the Illuminati. So, Illuminati of today are not the Illuminati of the 1600s. I remember I mentioned this, but so conspiracies abound out there. Not all of them are true. I do believe it was conspiracy to kill JFK, Martin Luther King, RFK. So, and workers, come on in. Since Alien Con, by the way, very few hateful comments. I don't know why. How old is this thing? December of last year. How much ever gets paid in the movie set? Makeup artist, $48 to $79 an hour. Camera operator, $50,000 a year. Screenwriter, $72,000. Producer, $750,000 a million per movie. Now I know why movies are so expensive. Director, $500,000 until they have a hit. The director of Wonder Woman will get $8 to $9 million for the sequel. Boom operator, $37,000. Key grip, $113,920. Overseas equipment supporting cameras and lighting. Actor, $15 million to $20 million. Leading roles in big budget films. Lesser known actor Gal Gadot got 150 to 300 grand. 50 grand a year for an actor, so you're not going to make big bucks. Okay, let's see. Checklist for investing in here. Control your spending. Get there for less. New faces of retail. Who the heck is Josh John at the Tyler Cantor. The only store I know about is Brooks Brothers. For clothes. And Black Friday will never go away. Surprised Black Lives Matter hasn't called, or somebody, or Al Sharpton hasn't called that racist. Four bacon wrapped filet mignons for $84.95 at Kansas City Steak and the Harbor Freight ad, which is expired by now. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Yes, I do think there are aliens living on Earth. Many of them come from Mexico. I couldn't resist. Oh, wrong aliens. Sorry about that. And Guatemala and El Salvador. My name, Giuseppe Gray. I am an alien. I yearn to breathe free, breathe the air of Earth. We sue your Statue of Liberty. The Anunnaki should have made it out of gold. Well, there's not a lot of evidence to support the ancient alien theory in some ways. I'm convinced we've been invented at least since the Middle Ages because of eyewitness reports of things, many of which are probably misinterpreted, but we've been visited probably since the 20s, since the first known crash in Italy, or since the 1890s, the airship flap. Something's coming to this planet. It ain't us, and it ain't secret projects. Now, how many types of aliens are here? I don't know. I think at least about 10. The Greys, the large Greys, the Nordics, the Reptilians, the Watchers, robotic aliens, things that look like Mothman, creepy looking aliens, all kinds. And the Men in Black, they're aliens too. I do not believe they're from the Air Force or the CIA, nor are they in 3 silly movies or a cartoon show. They're real Men in Black. Even though it's a preponderance of anecdotal evidence, when you cannot discount having so many people seeing so many things. Even Blue Book said 5% of their good cases, were unexplained. AI will take over. Right now, from what I've seen, except for a chess-playing IBM Big Blue robot, AI is kind of stupid still. And really, if you're any kind of a smart person and you design these systems, you put a back door in. And if you're not a back door, you get what you deserve. You don't put a back door in, you get what you deserve. So I think they should put a way to, the science fiction movie myth where the creature you create goes after you one day. And so there ought to be a way to stop the AI from taking over if you have any intelligence, if you're a programmer or you build these systems. And the back of this says, simply organic dill weed cut and sifted, certified organic, 0.81 or 9.81 ounce container, new item. Now, I don't know how that wound up on the label for Red Lobster, but this is supposed to be dillweed. I looked at the back of this because I was curious what was on the back, and there's a label for dillweed. It peels right off. So somehow we will put that up on the sticker thing, the dillweed label. And And this is a 2015 Red Lobster copyright. So I've never. I see these in Safeway. All these. I didn't know they had iTunes app and gaming gift cards for $25 and $15 and $50. I do Mobile Strike and Dominations, and I buy stuff for my positions at times when I have the money. Some kind of sticky stuff on here. I wonder if there's a. I think that somebody found a blue lobster a while back, and an orange lobster, and a purple lobster. I guess they only get red when you cook them. That's cool. I really thank somebody, whoever sent me this. I think that's really cool. We got 4. Should have kept the sticky on. We could have. Four red lobster, four $15 red lobster. Of course, that wouldn't even pay for the appetizer, the drink, I guess. But still, the thought that counts. Thank you very much again. I'm shocked. So maybe somebody sending me. I don't know anybody who would send me anything. This is the first time I think. I might be wrong on that. I've done, 2,800, 15, 16 videos without any 15, 16, 14 beers. I think this may be the first time someone sent me gift cards, but I could be wrong. So I will find out how to get up there from Kathy and see if we can go to. Do I think time travel will ever be possible? Well, if you can find out where Art hid his time machine, that's another good. Where is Art's time machine? I wish I could talk to Aaron and say, how much of Art's stuff are you keeping and how much you can have a big eBay garage, Amazon garage sale? Or you're just going to donate it to some other paranormal person who could use it. But he did have Madman Markham's time machine to the future 1 second at a time. You must be awfully tired zipping back a second at a time. Back for it, back for it, back for it. What can you do in a second? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. It takes 2 seconds to sip the soda. You can't do that in a second. So, can't have sex, can't go shopping. What can you do in a second? Go to sleep, maybe. Imagine if the guy was traveling through time and has to give reports to the future, but he only gives them a second at a time. You have the stack of reports that are 1 second long. Well, hello, Adam. My girlfriend, I can't have a sex. Well, I was thinking that um, it wouldn't be very pleasurable. Boop, I mean, some men have been called minute men because that's all they last. But I don't think I've heard any second men. And the woman's lying there, assuming you're in a heterosexual relationship, it can't be very pleasurable for the woman. I'm done. I'm going to go back in the time machine now. He goes back in time to have sex with his girlfriend, goes back forward, and but if you only go 1 second, I mean, what's you're going to accomplish in 1 second? I don't know. Yeah, he removed the message. His girlfriend found out and smacked him. That's why he removed it. Found out why he was having 1 second worth of sex with her. Oh God! How do we get on this? But seriously, um, regular physicists don't believe time travel is possible, except for using a wormhole with a starship, and that we could. You take the wormhole and you compress space, and you travel from point A to point B in the time it would take you, in probably a few seconds or a few moments. It would take you hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of light years to travel. And that would be, in a sense, time travel. But going back to watch Lincoln being assassinated, every scientist says no. For one thing, you have to move the machine. And from what I've read, every one of these stories doesn't take into account one thing. The Earth rotates while your machine is sitting there. So here's your machine. Your machine vibrates, or whatever mechanism it goes to go back in time, but the Earth has moved over here, and your machine is not where it was when you come back. And neither is the house or apartment building or complex or warehouse you built this time machine. So how do you account for the movement of the Earth, the rotation of the Earth when you come back? You're not going to be in the same place when you left. Now, I am not a physicist, but this is what I've read on the matter. So I wish I had some fruit, but I can barely carry all the stuff I had. Hello, Raymond. How you doing? Welcome. I would love to. I have apples, but apples and ice cream don't make it. That's all the fruit I've got right now. Bananas, strawberries, blueberries. That's what I like. And peaches. I've never tried plums with ice cream. I don't think plums would work very well either. But I got a whole bunch of plums. I'll try that. And I don't think vegetables work very good with ice cream. I don't think you're going to put zucchini, broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, lettuce, tomatoes, rutabaga. I don't think any vegetable works well with ice cream, but I could be wrong. I know they have one thing, the Gilroy, which the train went through. I took the AlienCon, went through Gilroy. They have a garlic festival. They do have garlic ice cream, so it might work in that case, but I don't know if I want to try garlic ice cream. And the grossest ice cream, other than squid, it was in Ohio, where they had an earthworm festival, and they had earthworm ice cream. There are all kind of weird and exotic things from Japan. I won't go into them, but weird stuff. And I was reading some of the survival magazines and how to sharpen your knives, how to gather water, how to hunt with a bow and arrow. And the one that they made a little paragraph about that big, how to purify your own urine for drinking. And I'm just can't wait for that one. So, okay, what's this? Bill Canning. Uncle Van. Man from Uncle. But one magazine this month, I was reading those, and I was at Safeway. How to survive a nuclear attack. So that was interesting. But all these magazines are $9 and $10 a piece. I don't always have the money to buy them. I hope so eventually, and get a subscription. Yeah, what if you travel backwards in time 1 second before the bomb goes off? Can you keep going back 1 second and it never goes off? And what if you have the time machine and you move the physical location of the time machine so you're not under a nuclear attack? That was my big fear as a child, nuclear attack by the Russians. Nobody else had the bomb. I think the French eventually got it, and the British, and of course, everybody seems to have the bomb. The Chinese, the North Koreans, the Indians, the Pakistanis, the Israelis, and I know they want it, the Iranians. I wonder if the South Africans got the bomb, because supposedly they allowed the Israelis to test their bomb in South African territory. Hey, Christopher, how you doing? I made this couple laugh. The woman had her little child in the cart, and an older gentleman and this young guy were in front of me in the ice cream aisle, and they were trying to make up their mind. And I said to the young guy, the old guy got his stuff, he left. The young guy was standing there just dithering. There was all this Dryer's ice cream and Safeway. I said, grab, it's buy one, get one free for the Dryers. I said, it's 2 for $6 for the Safeway. Buy one of everything and avoid the apocalypse, because when the apocalypse comes, there will be no ice cream. Make sure you got a freezer and solar so you can have ice cream. And if the zombies come, you can throw the ice cream at them. Even zombies will stop to eat ice cream. Everybody likes ice cream, even zombies. And they broke up laughing. I said, buy one flavor of everything. Buy every flavor they got, so you are never short of ice cream. Now, I don't know how long ice cream will last, but that was my thought. If the apocalypse happens, you're going to be craving ice cream at 3 in the morning, and there ain't going to be nobody making it, and what will you do? Christopher said, it's so hot in my living room, I'm waiting for a lawyer from the South to give his clues and argument. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I want to tell you it's so hot in here. I saw 2 flies and they was walking. Oh, it's hot. That's funny, Christopher. I like that. Yeah, Ben Matlock or Gregory Peck giving the closing, or Raymond Burr even. Yes, I think he did a Southerner once, but yeah. Well, today in Martinez, when I got that, somebody wrote me an email. Are you all right? I said, yeah, I had a splitting headache. They said it said with the fires and the wind. And I said, well, it's the heat. I said, it's very windy here. I didn't say that, but the fires are miles away. Although I could smell the smoke today when I went out, and it got very, very, very windy, and stuff was blowing in my eye, which is why I'm rubbing my eye. So it's very windy here and kind of nippy. I have no fans on in here, which is a rarity. Not a single fan is on, but lots of luxuries like ice cream and peach pie. Which I will put in the oven later. Yeah. Got to get some of those old style 50s cane fans. They look like palm fronds, and you just wave them like this. You get that linen suit and that white hat, and you have the ceiling fans going real slow. Those old metal fans, they're on the ledge there. They don't put up much air, but that's the old, and you just got to go like this, You go like this, you talk to them good old boys on the porch. Get some of that cider. They had some cider at Safeway. It was marked down $8.99. I don't know what kind of cider it is, but I drink apple cider, but this is hard cider. They got a lot of hard cider at Safeway. It must be a big cider contingent out there. What are the cats doing tonight? I don't know. Let's see. Here is sweet. It's fuzzy. It's fuzzy. Well, you did it. You know what? Oh, my gargoyle cat fell off the damn bookcase and broke again. I gotta do it. I'm gonna have to leave this gargoyle cat. God, Monday, I had a headache. I was dying for headache pills. Should I find them? No. I put her flea pills somewhere. Now I can't find the flea pills. I gotta straighten this place out. Well, they talk about how hot it is because They got to let everybody know about the weather. But when you get like 120 and it hits a record and people are dying from it, I guess they got to talk about something when there's not shootings or stabbings or murders or car crashes or some nut going crazy at the Burger King. I wish you could hear the purr. She is purring. And you know, a year ago, she wouldn't let me do this. I'll give them time. They'll blame Trump and the weather. I had my friend Paul chew me out about because I don't believe in man-made global warming. You're denial about global warming. I said, well, no matter what man can do, whether it's industrial pollution, car pollution, human pollution, 20 pounds of poop on the sidewalk, not you still have volcanic effects. You have earthquakes that can cause the earth to open up. Fuzzy wiggling. Fuzzy wiggling is the cause of global warming, folks. And well, she was pretty. But the number one cause of global warming is a big yellow ball out there called the sun, which is something they totally ignore. The sun is out there churning away 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And yet your leftist climate experts, and I use the word in quotes, we never mention the sun. Fluffy, little girl's now in the bed. She's washing herself. Fluffy is out. Mama Cat was downstairs. I fed Tiny and Talkie on the way to the post office. So the way the left is, they would blame Trump on hot weather. If there's a blizzard, they'll blame Donald Trump. If there's a hurricane, they'll blame Donald Trump. Donald Trump did not act enough in time to stop the hurricane. Even though there's no way you can stop a hurricane unless you're Harry Potter or maybe Superman. Excuse me. I'll drink too fast. So it would be news too if we had a blizzard in July. Now they have had blizzards in August in Denver, and it snowed in the Sierra Mountains up by Reno in July. That's news. Snowed late in the year in a snowstorm. Doesn't happen very often though. But it's happened twice that I know of. Cat isn't aware of it, but I am. Went up there once in early July and it snowed. And the ski resorts opened up for the weekend. So, that guy has been sitting on the stoop, on the steps. And he hasn't said a word to me. And I don't think he will. He's just being a jerk. And I'll tell you one thing, I make enough money, I'm buying that building just for the sheer, mean, evil pleasure throwing his butt out. Now, I'm not that mean that I would not give him a chance to get a place to live. I would pay for his moving expense. I'd give him $2 or $3 grand, find him a moving company, and would make it out to the new landlord. Wouldn't make it out to him. Excuse me, he might spend it on beer or something. You tell me where you're moved. You get me your landlord's name, phone number. I will pay your rent. but I don't want you living here, and you will leave the cats alone. And I would throw him out. A few people in this building, if I could buy this building, right now it's like $252 million for the lotto. Keep forgetting to do that. I may go down and buy me a ticket. Here's one ticket. It's a long shot, but what the hell? Buy me a ticket, play the lotto. And, well, I do not drink much, but if you never seen it, see this. There's the DVI connector, and there is the VGA connector, and there is the HDMI connector, and this is supposed to plug into somewhere. Here we go. I'm plugging this in here. This will allow the MacBook, maybe. Yep, doesn't. Oh, that's interesting. That doesn't quite fit. Well, that's bizarre. It's too big. It fits, but doesn't fit. That's supposed to be it, but the damn connector is too big. Probably because it's Apple. They want you to buy their stuff. But anyway, that's plugged in there. I could hook up the... you can't see it. I could hook up the Westinghouse one I got. Someone left the Sanyo or something downstairs, and it had a metal base. They made a homemade out of a clamp on a piece of wood. But because of the bed bug issue in this building, I'm not going to take anything like that. It could have bed bugs in the TV. But it blew my mind. Here's a television, a 19-inch TV on a block of wood with two metal clamps screwed into it and screwed it. I looked in the back, and it's missing the power cord, but it probably worked. But I wouldn't take it in here because I don't want bed bugs. Will go inside electronics. They like the warmth. We've got a big bug issue here. So going back to beer, I drink Heineken, Spaten, Beck's, and occasionally when I can find it, Tsingtao, a Chinese beer. Yes, I drink commie Chinese beer. And I have not seen it in a long time. I don't know if they make it still. I used to drink Michelob. That's my beer knowledge. I've never had an Iron City beer. Sad to say that's because we lived in Pittsburgh. I wasn't old enough to drink beer legally. I may have had it at that dentist party I went to, those dental students. They got me bombed on something. But they were all drunk, and I was all drunk. I was 15, and I didn't know from drinking. And my dad was the alcoholic in the family, and I didn't drink. But I was drunk that week. That night, Saturday night, they threw me out a window. I bounced back and ran back up the stairs for more fun. Hit the bushes and bounced and felt no pain. Oddly, the next day I didn't feel any pain. You think you're thrown out a window, you'd feel pain, but I guess the resiliency of youth. Today I'd be lying there, 911, call the ambulance. Yeah, well, I have drank beer. I have drank, well, I don't even know what it is right now. I have drank something. Somewhere in this mess is my cognac, my Hennessy. I have drank Pennsylvania Dutch, my eggnog with whiskey and rum and eggnog and God knows what else is in that stuff. Saw a truck today with Canadian whiskey being unloaded at a bar. At least what they said on the sign. It was so-and-so's Canadian. It wasn't Seagram 7 and it wasn't Canadian Club. It was some Canadian whiskey I never heard of. I didn't know they made whiskey from Canadians. It's amazing what they do now. Just like I keep seeing vegans. Well, how do you make food out of vegans? You grind them up, and do they complain about the whole time that you're eating them? I don't know. Or is it vegans? But yeah, beer. Well, I last year with December 5th, 4th, I was going to have meet George Senda, meet the guy from Pittsburgh at the Tap Monkey Creek House. No one showed up. Or Creek Monkey Tap House. Sorry about that. I'm not even drinking. I'm getting drunk here. Creek Monkey Tap House. I always get the name of that place wrong. It's so weird. And they do have internet there, so I could live stream there, and we could all have a big beer party. They have beer. They have craft beer there. I don't know about the other new brew club, if they have Wi-Fi or not. I forgot to ask. I'll have to ask them next time. But the problem is I'm on the West Coast, and everybody else is, God knows where they are, Southern California, back east, whatever. No one lives near me, except for the guy in Benicia. Oh, by the way, interesting story today. A class action suit. I don't know. Probably what they'll do is give it to some namby-pamby environmental organization instead of the people in California. But Chevron and Shell are being sued for price fixing of the price of gas in California. So they raised the price when other states were $1.25 a gallon, and we were close to $5. And they blamed on refinery fires or refinery shutdowns. And apparently, they have now found the smoking gun, the evidence that it's all been manipulated to jack the gas prices up. But how would they pay everybody back in the state who ever bought gas? We've had cars. We certainly bought gas. So that's the most interesting class action I've seen. And whether the Wells Fargo agreed to another settlement, they apparently ripped off mortgage holders for their money. I don't know why the federal government doesn't go to Wells Fargo Bank and just say, shut it down, liquidate the whole bank, sell it off, and fire every one of their executives, because they're all crooks. They all should be in prison. It's a crooked bank run by crooked people. An evil bank. So, I'm still hungry. Pizza rolls do not fill you up. I had last night, I had bell peppers. I had the little red and the yellow peppers. I had a big piece of steak and about 4 potatoes. That filled me up. I was full. Steak and potatoes fill you up. Now, I don't know what I'm trying to figure out also. I've seen in the stores Mike's Hard Lemonade. I guess that's liquor. And then they got ginger beer. What the hell is that? You stick ginger in beer? I've cooked with ginger. I eat ginger snaps, cookies. I've had gingerbread. What is ginger beer? Why would anybody drink beer with ginger anyway? Raw ginger can be very potent if you cook it too. Put too much. I did that once with food and ruined the dinner. I didn't know. I'd never used it before. I just threw in like a whole root fraction of ginger, and the people started eating it. They started gasping. It was like putting horseradish in it. But I was young and didn't know any better. Well, Kathy doesn't drink much beer. Let me see if I can get a hold of her one more time. Answer the phone, woman. Any other time you're yakking your head off. I'm not angry about that. That's the truth. She does. I have news for you. You're going live just a moment. Hold on. I want to tell you something. So don't talk till I tell you. Hold on. All right. You're awake. I've been wondering when you're going to be awake. Someone sent me a gift tonight. I did my live unboxing. They sent me, are you ready?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how we would get up there because it's the only one I know of. They closed the Richmond one. They closed the one anywhere else we could get to. They sent me $60 in gift cards to, ta-da, Red Lobster.
Oh, wow.
So next week, if it goes over 60, you'll have to pay the difference because I'm broke. But maybe we could go up there. I don't know how I would get home. We'd have to go up there in the afternoon, maybe, for lunch. They have lunch there? You're the expert in this Red Lobster business, and the person said you deserve it, which I do, but that's what I do. So we can go to Red Lobster if you want. I said I could be mean and go by myself, but how the hell would I get there? I don't even know where it is exactly. I know where it is. I don't know how to get there without a car.
I only need 2 things from Red Lobster.
Oh, by the way, they asked, do you drink beer?
Not very often.
Okay, because there was a discussion about having me have a beer night with everybody. They want me to, I guess they want to see me get drunk live or something. I don't drink much beer either. We're not much of a beer drinker.
No, and I surely don't drink American beer.
Yeah, well, I drink Spaten, Beck's, Heineken, and Tsingtao.
To me, American beer is not real beer. It's not good beer.
Well, there are a lot of micropubs. A new one just opened here. So, and they're packed. They're full all the time. And the the Creek Monkey Tap House.
Good American beer, and it's made in Holland, and then it's shipped here. I forget something.
That's Heineken. Heineken.
Yeah.
I like Heineken, but I prefer Beck's.
I heard something that's made in Holland, and then it's shipped to a beer company.
Well, they're now making Heineken or Beck's here, and they got sued because they claimed it was made in Holland, so they got a class action suit. Not anymore. Some company bought them up along with Budweiser, I think, IPA or something.
Oh, I tried beers. Yeah, of course the worst is, Budweiser. That's pretty horrible.
Well, I used to drink Michelob years ago. No, I've had some of the craft beer that isn't bad. Remember, we went to the Hofbrau. I had a craft beer from Santa Barbara. It got me so drunk I could barely walk. That was one glass of beer. I don't do beer much.
China makes a really good beer called Tsingtao, something
called
like that.
Tsingtao, yeah, but I can only find it usually in Chinatown at Chinese restaurants.
Yeah, they'll knock you on your butt.
Well, anyway, that's what's going on. So I was trying to get a hold of you. I opened the envelope. I said, what could someone give to me? It's in such a thin envelope. And they sent me $60 of Red Lobster. Let's see if we can go up there next week. I'll have to figure out how to get home. Because I'm not going to sleep on your floor with nothing there unless I kick you out of bed,
Yeah, well,
I didn't go to see that. I didn't get up to call the guy about the monitor I bought. So he's not answering his phone. He might be mad at me. I hope he didn't wait all day for me to show up or call him. But
I'm more disappointed. We thought we had found someone. And
yeah, I know. I never heard. We found a little black cat that she said she couldn't keep, and then she said she was going out of town, and at one point she said, "Got to give the cat her space for a day or two," and I said, "We have no problem with that." And then she never wrote me again, so we don't know what happened to the kitty cat.
Yeah, that's that would have been really. I have to say, it's. There have been times that people on Craigslist, like they offer something and then they turn around and I don't know what the heck. What the heck are they doing? Why do they even offer actually changed my mind. I don't know what, but that's that was, you know, as soon as you mentioned she looked like Boop, and then no contact. So
yeah, I'm scrolling down my email, and there's absolutely nothing from this woman. So I don't know if she got rid of it or what. But it's really annoying.
Well, you know, you would think that she would, if she couldn't take care of it, you would think she'd be happy to give it to someone who could take care of it. So I don't know. Oh, my back has been. I wanted to ask you something. Oh my back. Ow, that did not feel good. Ow, that hurt. I know that in the summertime we get forest fires in California, but I wanted to ask you, you know, do you know of any ongoing forest fires?
Yes, there's one in Napa going on right now. Uh-oh, Linda Hunt hurt in Hollywood crash, NCIS actor. There's one going on that keeps spreading, so go ahead. I watch NCIS LA a lot, so.
Well, the reason why I'm asking is just been really cloudy over here, and then I thought to myself, maybe it's cloudy because of the
No, it's very windy today, and there is a very large fire going on at. I have to interrupt for a moment. Overcast with a chance of chomp. Try the DQ Jurassic Chomp Blizzard treat with peanut butter. There it is. That's strange. I never thought Dairy Queen and Jurassic Park in the same sentence. But I forgot what I was going to look up now. You mentioned, it's gone from my brain.
California.
Oh, hold on. Martinez Patch has been sending me all the news, but I don't know if I kept it or not. But they said that fire earlier today was spreading. It's getting bigger. Whatever it is, like 90,000 acres. That's a lot.
Well, someone told me that the forest fires, that it's normal. This is not arson. This is just what, nature?
Well, some of it's arson. In Southern California, they caught 2 guys setting fires in Santa Barbara. And some of it's not arson. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Wildfire burning in Yolo County. I was wrong on the amount. Reaches 70,000 acre in Yolo and Napa County, and we need help. Separate issue. Sacramento County animal shelter is overcrowded. They need adoptions. So if you want a cat or a dog or an animal, go to Sacramento and pick up an animal that will love you.
Yeah, I wish we could do that.
Let me see what this story says. Bradshaw Animal Shelter, increase in dogs and cats, overcrowded. We're packing them as full as they can. Houses 232 dogs and 332 cats. The busiest time of the year, the height of kitten season. This is why you need to spay and neuter your kitties. Brown bear killed a hiker, then a volunteer searching for him was mauled. And that's why I don't go near bears. Let me look up this other story here. You asked, one of my fans asked me, am I near the fires? I said yes and no. I could smell the smoke when I went shopping today. Okay. Crews have narrow window to make progress on Yolo County fire. This is from KCRA, and you can maybe see the video in this of the fire, how much it's burning, and crews battling a grass phase fire have a narrow window to fight this fire. 2,600 people are fighting it. Started near Gwenda in Yolo County. Has charged 72,000 acres. No injuries. Lear Lake Berryessa. They evacuated the lake area. Threatening 980 structures. Nothing been damaged so far. But, and there's lots of videos. There's 2 videos there. And there's another one in Lake County. And it's 85% contained, destroyed 20 structures and 15,000 acres of brush. So you have 2 fires that are going on right now. And, you know, sometimes they find it's lightning, sometimes they find it's wiring, sometimes they find some idiot, some moron or pyromaniac goes out there and sets them on purpose. So, but I mentioned, you know, 150 years ago, at the time of the American-Mexican War, we had Americans come here to mine for gold. There were more Americans than Mexicans or Native Americans here. But when you had a fire back then, it was 100% caused by lightning. And it would burn itself out after a while. And when enough brush gets burned, there's nothing left to burn. So it's a big difference. You didn't have any people here then. I don't remember the population figures, but
I think the Indians in California, they were not, you know, they were not like the Plain Indians that that would fight to keep their land. I think they were a lot more peaceful.
Well, they had been, remember, there had been 200 years of Spanish influence. They were already effectively, they weren't slaves, but they were working for the Spanish and the missions. They were treated terribly too. But the Plains Indians were fighting. We were wanting to go on reservations and take their land, and Sherman killed 3 million buffalo. And they relied on the buffalo for hides, for teepees, for clothing, for food, weapons. But the primary thing, the buffalo, that was their food source. And Sherman almost extincted the buffalo. I'm reading a book on General Sherman right now. I'm almost done with it.
I really, why were they, why were they trying to kill as many buffalo as possible?
Because they had to build the Transcontinental Railroad, and the Indians were attacking would-be colonists, would-be settlers, the army itself. There was a famous attack. Colonel Ketterman, his whole detachment got wiped out before Custer, and they wanted to make the West safe for the white man. So Sherman was in charge of building the railroad, and he said, I'm going to make sure these Indians do not cause a problem. And they set out one peace commission. The Indians killed the peace commission. I gave a ironic laugh at that one. We make peace. Ah! You're not peace no more. So that's pretty bad when the peace commission gets killed. But they killed the whole peace commission. So, but they moved them into Arizona and Oklahoma, places where the Plains Indian did not farm, and they turned them into farmers. And they also had no experience with alcohol, and sadly, thousands, if not millions, of people got turned to alcoholics.
Why they're so susceptible to?
It's their metabolism. They can't handle alcohol. Remember, I don't metabolize alcohol well either. Maybe it's probably a genetic thing. But the first Indians to be driven out were the Seminoles of Florida, and then the Cherokee and the Creek, and a whole bunch of tribes. And in the East, they wiped out tribes in Canada and upstate New York. So this started in the beginning of the country. You're in the way. We want your land. Get out. Get out or die. And it's a sad chapter in American history. But
when you tell me about that, it's hard to say I'm proud to be an American.
And what sucks is the American Indian is still living, the Native American is still living on reservations in Arizona in abject poverty. And
there there was a book written about he was supposed to be see, there was a tribe, and there was like a tribe, and there was like one Indian left out of the whole tribe, and
that's a guy named Ishi. He died in around 1912. He was the last member of his tribe. It was a California tribe. But what I'm talking about, there are tribes, some of them have oil and mineral rights. They found oil in their land. They're still living in poverty because they signed the rights away. So it's horrible the way we treated these people. And I have great sympathy for the Native American. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. Were you asleep? Were you asleep earlier? I tried to call you several times to let you know. Oh, the first reviews of the Ant-Man movie, and they said it's very funny, but in a quirky sort of way. I saw that in the paper today. I didn't look at the review, but they liked it, I guess.
Well, look, I want to watch YouTube while I have my dinner.
All right. I will talk to you later. And I'll see you next week sometime. I have your bring your little cart, and I have your clothing bag and stuff to give you when we see each other.
Yeah.
All right. See you later. Bye.
All right, bye.
Okay, there's Kathy. So now she knows we'll go to Red Lobster together. And I'll do a video when we're in Red Lobster if I can. I won't be live, but I'll do a video. So you could give me a... I'll drink root beer. I'll drink root beer all day. I love root beer. I love this stuff. Sweet Bobby Ray's, Baby Ray's. That was Bobby all this time. Shows you how badly I can't see. It says baby. I kept thinking it was Bobby. And he had honey barbecues. That was a little bit. It says baby. I kept thinking it was Bobby. And he had honey barbecues. That was a little bees on the label. I didn't notice the bees before. This comes out of, where does this come out of? Somewhere. Chicago. Chicago. So I was amazed. I went through Safeway, went to the pharmacist to get my cholesterol medication, found out it's expired. I said, wait a minute, this makes no sense to me. That's what I was trying to remember. The doctor said I have to take these statin drugs forever. And yet, every 3 years, the prescription expires. And I'm going like, huh? Why do they make prescriptions expire in 3 years? Anyway, this is good stuff. I really like this. Kathy likes Casey Masterpiece. We've tried Bullseye. But they had a whole bunch of barbecue sauce, all kinds of barbecue sauce and marinades on sale. Ones with coconut, ones from Hawaii, ones with spiciness. They had a steak. I looked at the Lowry's with steak. I said, that's fine, but they had peppercorns in it. I said, that's not fine. I like Lowry's marinade. Really good if you marinate a chicken like teriyaki sauce or something, or barbecue sauce. This is supposedly, the Amazon ad or eBay ad said it fit in the MacBook. This is annoying. It doesn't quite fit in there. Oh, there. I got it in. Oh! Holy what the hell? Oh, I found that out. When I plugged it in all the way, the screen disappeared. Well, now we know that. Oh, my God. I managed to get it all the way in, and the screen on the MacBook went bloop, gone. I ain't going to do that again. Well, it works. At least the connector works. That was a surprise. Hello, Ruckus. I like Lowry's marinade with the teriyaki and pineapple. I like this stuff. I like Kraft with the honey. It's got to have honey in it. Oh, by the way, I figured a way to get the Cheerios to work. I took the plain Cheerios and I said, these taste horrible plain. What can I do to improve this? And I said, I'm used to eating Honey Nut Cheerios. And so what I did, I said, So before I put the milk in, I poured a bowl this morning. I said, what can I do to make these taste edible? So I took 4 packets of honey and poured it on the Cheerios. Now, I don't know where the nut part comes from, what kind of nuts they put in Honey Nut Cheerios. But I put this honey in there and I mixed it in with the Cheerios, and it was actually edible. So that's the trick. You put 4 packets of honey in your bowl of Cheerios, and then pour milk, and then eat with milk. And up there, I have a 75th anniversary Cheerios box with the Lone Ranger and Tonto on it with a lunchbox. That thing is from 1984, so I have 20, and it's got the original cereal in it, still in it. So we're at 16 and 18, 34-year-old cereal. Now, I would not open this because it goes for about $35 on eBay. But I have wondered what would 35-year-old cereal taste like. So one day I'll take that down and show you that. I have a bunch of empty Frosted Flakes boxes because I love Tony the Tiger. So, but and I don't know. Maybe this could start. This could be a whole new hair trend if I just take my hair and. I'm being silly now. And all kinds of things here. I got to clean off that refrigerator too. I have like Sleepy Bear liquor. You talk about beer. Let me get up and get my Sleepy Bear. I've shown this to some of you, but not everybody. Oh my God! Oh, well, I have some protective mask in case there's ever a major fire. I didn't know I had these lying. Everything's up there. All right, this guy needs to be. Whoa! Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Hello, hello. Almost lost him. This is a Jim Beam liquor container, but I didn't. Whoa! What the hell? The hell is that? That's a peavy. There's something in there that's loose. I haven't looked this in ages. It's got tape around it to hold the head on, but the tape's pretty old. Well, this was a liquor decanter, and it's Sleepy Bear from Travel Lodge, and we like the Sleepy Bear. Kathy and I, and they never made a plush out of him. I've seen keychains, but this says 100-month-old Kentucky straight, as opposed to crooked, bourbon whiskey, 195 proof, and people collect these. But this is the Sleepy Bear. I got him on eBay a long time ago. He's been sitting in. There's something here rattling around. Something broke, and under his head there's something chipped off. It must be this thing when they opened it. I can feel the cork or something. There's a Sleepy Bear, so I'm going to throw that back in there. Put it up before he gets broken. Here goes the keyboard again. Always knocking the keyboard. Oh, I got 2 more things I can show. I got too many bags. Oh, I do have command hooks. Oh boy. I don't want to move in. We have genuine, authentic dust. Okay, what's this? Oh my God. This is dusty. Boy, is it dusty. Hold on a minute. Oh, I didn't realize it was up there. Amazing how you look when you find things and you haven't seen. All right. Kathy gave these to me, I think. This guy is very dusty too. I don't know where I got this guy. This is an Easter basket. And maybe I'll put him up with the other animals. There's the bunny, a cat Easter basket. That's one. Put him up there. The other animals above my window. This is a book that's been sitting up there forever. I'll have to clear this off. Boy, I'd forgotten this was up there because I had shelves. It's too big. It's very dusty. Encyclopedia of the Cat. Tells all about the cats. And there's your cat god. I'll clean that off. And then these guys are really super dusty too. I got to clean these guys off. I love the comic mutts. They don't talk or anything. I don't think they have a voice in the comics. They just think a lot. But this is the dog from Mutts. And this Earl. Earl is the dog. This is Earl the dog. And I've had these for years. Kathy gave me. I love Mutts. And this is the silly little cat. He loves his little pink socky. This is Mutts the cat. So I've had these for ages. I totally forgot they were up there. So I have a lot of stuff in here. And I love kitties. I like dogs too, but these are two of my favorite all-time cartoon features. And I've never opened these. They're just in the like I can cartoon features. And I've never opened these. They're just in the like I brand new, never opened. And Dark Horse made these, so they make a lot of cartoon things and comic related stuff. This shows how much dust accumulates when it's been sitting in your refrigerator forever. And I gotta clean that off. I didn't know there's a lot of stuff. I get a place to live. We'll all be in collectible. Oh God, collectible. Oh God, collectible cabinets or something. Then there's anyway, there's two more thingies. All right, somebody else say something. Please, this is chat. It's not supposed to be one way. Say something, please. Ask me questions. Since before your son was born and before your race was born, before your sun burned hot in space, I have awaited a question. City in Edge forever, and I probably got it wrong. glad that's on the bottom, not inside the drink. The other night I put baby powder on myself and it got in my drink. Oh, it's disturbing. MK Ultra. Well, that was a CIA program that brainwashed people, maybe even to kill. I don't know much about it. And Candy Jones was in that program. She said she was an assassin. Programmed assassin who didn't know anything about it when she was done. And she was the wife of Long John Nebel, the great paranormal talk show host of the 50s, 60s, and 70s. The man who did UFOs and the paranormal before Art Bell. Well, she's doing 2 reruns. No, Patty Hearst was involved with the Seminole Liberation Army. I was in San Francisco when she robbed the bank. She was brainwashed. She may have been brainwashed by the CIA. I don't know, but she was the Hearst heiress. Was engaged to Stephen Weed, and they demanded reparations for black injustices, and they got a food giveaway. I got part of that food giveaway myself, although one of the weirdest things they gave in part of that food giveaway, they gave a ton of walnuts out, which I couldn't figure out. The last thing I would pick would be beets or walnuts or spinach or rutabaga or rhubarb, but they gave bags with chickens. I got chickens and spaghetti and vegetables and collard greens, which I gave away because I have no idea to this day what you do with a collard green, or much less what a collard green is. And got a couple of frozen chickens, fresh frozen chickens. They were fresh, but they were frozen because I couldn't not have them frozen. And the bottom of the bag was full of walnuts, and I took them down to the park and left them for the squirrels. So I don't know if she was involved. And the SLA, of course, got killed. Their house was set on fire, much like in Philadelphia. A black power group there, their house got burned up too. They died. So all the SLA members, I think, were killed. I could be wrong on that. It's been since not like 1974, thereabouts. But as for Weatherhead doing reruns, that's because without the props support of Art Bell doing reruns, that's because without the props support of Art Bell, she's a one-trick pony, and Shorty looks like a bad pony. So she may have a following, but if she's running reruns, that means either guests are crummy or she's not doing a great job. Well, it depends. Yeah, Huey Newton and all those guys, the Black Panthers. And you have New Young Blacks in Philadelphia and elsewhere calling them the New Black Panthers. But there's still a lot of black anger. There's a lot of black anger in the mid-'60s. That's how the Black Panthers were formed. They said blacks have gotten a raw deal since slavery in this country, and they're right. But I will not ascribe to the view ever that all white men are responsible for black slavery, because I'm a poor white man, and I didn't have any slaves. Now, one of the biggest slaveholders and sellers, by the way, before the Civil War was Nathan Bedford Forrest. I found that out in the Sherman book. He became the equivalent of a billionaire today, or certainly a millionaire. A lot of money tied up in each individual slave. So, but the question is, how long do you have American society pay for the injustices done to one race or another by people that were not born at the time and were not involved in the injustices? Someone who owned a slave in 1860 is not alive today. Neither are the slaves. And do their inheritors get reparations or preferential treatment and hiring forever? And that's my question. So some radical blacks said, yes, we should get reparations. They want billions from the federal government. When in actuality, if they wanted reparations, they should get it from all the southern states because they were the one owning the slaves. There weren't a hell of a lot of slaves in the north. There were no slaves in California because they voted. Part of the admission to the union with a lot of states could be slave free. So you wouldn't get it in California either. But Florida, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Texas, North Carolina, South Carolina, Kentucky, I think Kentucky, Missouri, and Maryland was all slave states, and Tennessee. So get the reparations from the South. Where do I stand on affirmative action? I think affirmative action is one of the worst things we've ever done to this country because you're rewarding people in perpetuity for injustices done to their grandfathers or their fathers, but to where the people alive today did not do the injustice, and it has people alive today did not do the injustice, and it has affected white people who had nothing to do with it. I once was up for a job with the federal government and got told the reason I didn't get hired I wasn't black. And I think somehow that's wrong. If you're only if you take a test, you have the same score as somebody else, and your only qualification for the job is we give you racial preferences, there's something wrong with that. And we're going to do that for the next 200, 300, 400 years? I don't think that's right. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't have so many slots open for blacks, and the only people in this country, I know I'll get crap for this, blacks have been put upon the American Indian, the Native American, and anybody whose family was incarcerated during World War II in the internment camps in California, and I don't know if there were any in Hawaii, but throughout the West, by the internment order, the Manzanita, I can't remember the name of the place where George Takei was, and other camps like that, they deserve reparations. They deserve preferential treatment and hiring, but it shouldn't be forever. It shouldn't be for the next 200, 300, 400 years. And you shouldn't screw somebody else out of a job because of it. I just don't think it's right, and I would get a lot of crap out of that no matter what. I never forgot that. I still have the test results, and it made me bitter for some time that I got told off the record that you didn't get hired because we have a black guy with no veterans preference. None of them they give veterans preferences, and you didn't get hired because we have a black guy applying for the same job, and under law we have to give the black guy. That's not right. And that was our chance to get a decent job. And for about 6 months to a year, I got so depressed over it, I stopped looking for it. I just said, this is so unfair. I was very, very unhappy. I was a young man then. I was like 20 or something. And I go and then I wound up getting, jobs that were low income, low wage jobs. I could never get a decent job. And the other reason is I got kept going told, the catch-22, you don't have any experience for this position. And I go, how am I supposed to get experience when no one will hire me? That's why I'm living on Social Security disability today. I didn't make enough money. I would give preferential treatment to the blacks and the American Indian. I'd give it to the American Indian far more because yes, some blacks were lynched. Some blacks are murdered for being black. Some blacks have been murdered recently in churches. They've been burned and shot and everything else. But the bulks of blacks in this country weren't murdered for their race. We have 25 million blacks in America today, I'm guessing the figure. But the American Indian, they were murdered. They were slaughtered. They were moved out. They were forced out of their land. The black slaves were forced out of the land too, but that's been 3,500, 153 years. How long do you atone for slavery? Yeah. So that has to change one day. You cannot keep giving people who have nothing to do with it a job over somebody else. It's not fair. And we had sued, I don't remember the guy's name, he sued UC, their medical school, because gave a slot open to him that should have gone to him to a black person. And he went all the way to the Supreme Court. I don't remember the results of that. But, I've never held slaves. No one in my family has held slaves historically. And no one that I ever met, their family has held slaves. And yet American society is going to pay for the slaveholder forever. I don't think affirmative action will ever go away unless we got so many people in this country saying, okay, that's enough. It's time to stop it. It's been 200 years, 250 years, 300 years. We're not going to pay for this quote unquote crime forever. And the other irony is there are Boko Haram and Al Qaeda and other affiliated groups taking young women and men and children and into slavery today in Africa and the Middle East. And there's white slavery still going around the world. We're taking white people and shipping them off to the Far East and Japan and elsewhere. And we have slavery of a kind in this country. Young Asian women come here and they get their passports held and they're forced to work in the sex trade. So there's still slavery going on. No one gives reparations for them, do they? So it's trade. So there's still slavery going on. No one gives reparations for them, do they? So it's wrong. It's wrong on principle, if nothing else. You're punishing an innocent for the acts done by someone who's no longer alive. But if you happen to say that you're white, of course, you're immediately branded evil white racist. Just like anybody who supports the Confederacy, not because it was a slave state, it was, but honoring the men who died fighting for what was their country is considered a racist now because of revisionism. Just like Bill Cosby, he had honorary degrees given to him for his work, and they took them all away when he was accused of sexual problems with women. Does that make him less of a person? It's like he now becomes an unperson. What if he been found innocent? Would they apologize and say, we're sorry, we have to give you back your honorary degrees? You were found innocent. I don't think so. Once it's taken away, how are you going to give it back? And if I were the person involved, got accused of a rape or a sexual crime, and were found innocent, were found it was falsely accused, I'd probably have to tell the university to go to hell. I don't want it back. So, by the way, by that, I forget who it was. It's mentioned in the Shern book. A mob in San Francisco took two guys out who got involved in the duel, and I don't remember the second one. He wasn't a shooter, but the shit it was. It's mentioned in the Shern book. A mob in San Francisco took two guys out who got involved in the duel, and I don't remember the second one. He wasn't the shooter, but the shooter. They took these guys out of the San Francisco County Jail or the San Mateo Jail and hung them. Now, they were not given a fair trial. They were victims of vigilante justice. Do we now sue the state of California for their descendants, if they had any, for the fact that they were murdered by a mob? If they had any, for the fact that they were murdered by a mob? I don't know why he wears sweaters with friend on them. I think he has something about everybody is his friend. Remember, Cos was cool for a very long time. He was the coolest guy around. Everybody loved Bill Cosby, no matter if you watched his show or not. I thought Cos was cool. But it's kind of like an avalanche. What do you do when you get 20, 30, 40, 50 women accusing you of drugging them and having sex with them? A certain percentage of those women are doing it for publicity or money, and they get fended off. They either get paid off, or the actor and his agents, or the famous person and his agents, say, "We're not going to pay you. This is extortion. You go to hell. Get out of here." But if you keep crying wolf, sooner or later, some DA wants to make a name for himself, will take it as the truth. And that first trial was so full of holes, it should have never been retried. But much like the Fatty Arbuckle case in the 20s, where a DA in San Francisco, but much like the Fatty Arbuckle case in the 20s, where a DA in San Francisco who wanted to be governor, who never became governor because of the notoriety of the case, he tried Fatty Arbuckle 3 times for manslaughter. And each time Fatty got off, but it ruined his career. He never worked again in the films as an actor. And he had to become a director with the name Will Be Good. He was a multimillionaire and went into poverty because he was accused of statutory rape or rape of a starlet who, it turned out from my reading, she had gonorrhea and or syphilis. She had scarring from syphilis. She had an abortion. She was not the pure, demure, sweet little thing that America was told she was, and she was violated by this evil fat man. Hello, there's Sheba Muffy. I've not looked at your videos of late because I've been too tired, but I do see them pop up on your mail time. I love your kitties. Hello, Lisa. And I love Lucky Ferals, and I now Stella is watching Grandpa Farrell, and that made me laugh. Grandpa Farrell. And now here's Grandpa Farrell, and he's in the garden. And now Stella the cat is watching Grandpa Farrell. That made me laugh. And then Lucky Farrell, she was complaining about the RF. They had an RFID bracelet they make you wear to track you at VidCon. And I'm going, why do they need to track you at VidCon? First of all, here's a convention that's so screwed up. You get there, you walk down this long corridor in a parking lot that has got a fence and plastic sheeting. And then when you get to the other end of the parking lot where you're supposed to go in to register, the guy tells you, oh, no, this is the wrong end. You got to go all the way around this thing, go all the way back, and then you get to register. It's so screwed up. And one woman did a video, I won't go to VidCon this year. It's too screwed up. And she wasn't very happy about it. So she did some filming at VidCon. And VidCon was started by some guy who was doing YouTube videos, and now it's been taken over, I think, by Nickelodeon or YouTube itself or something. And it's video makers. I'm going to try to go to VidCon. Yes, and I know you make Muffy and Grandpa videos, and I like your Grandpa very much too, by the way. I don't think I've seen your grandma, if you have one. But I don't remember. Somebody asked me today, and I said, my problem is you're asking me. I don't think I've seen your grandma, if you have one. But I don't remember. Somebody asked me today, and I said, my problem is you're asking me what I did yesterday and what day is it. If it weren't for July 4th, I would hardly know it's July half the time because I got a lot of stuff in my mind and I forget things. And I'm getting old. I am old. What the hell? I'm getting old. And but I like her videos too. I like her cat. And I've noticed something now. You need to sue Lucky Ferrell's now. The other day I watched a video and I think Stella stuck her nose in the camera. I don't know if come all the way. Okay, changing the subject. Stella put her nose up to the camera, made me laugh. She goes like this, and that's what her kitties do. Okay, Kamala Harris is a ultra left U.S. whatever hell she is. I haven't figured out if she's a senator or congresswoman, but I think she's a senator, and she has higher aspirations. But you know, you're going to have a big field in the Democratic Party. Hillary Clinton's not coming back, folks. That bus has left the building, probably ran over her foot. And Chelsea ain't going to run. And Bill Clinton will probably card him out and make a few speeches. And all these Democrats, they love to talk about affirmative action and women's rights, but here's a guy who was a serial molester. Yeah, that's okay. Well, he's good old Bill, good old boy. We'll let that one pass. He's supposed to rape women, but that's okay. That's all right. He's Bill. We accept that. That's the way Bill is, Billy Bob Clinton. Yeah, good old Billy Bob. It's okay, He did not have sex with that woman. Well, he sure could have fooled me. And that dress. Yeah. Well, hello, Ryan's Food Time. I've never seen your videos, I don't think, so don't quote me on this. I'm getting a damn headache again. Time for my drugs. I hate the sinus. That's another reason I want to move. Move to where there's no grass within 5 miles of me, no pollen, no flies, no mosquitoes, no bugs. Used to be a shelf paper you'd put in your cabinets. It was called No Bugs, My Lady. You'd put in there, it was supposed to kill cockroaches and other bugs that would get in your kitchen. Don't know if it worked now, but we had it for years. We didn't see a cockroach for years. Probably the environmentalists said it's too evil. It's an environmental danger. I think it had insecticide on it. It didn't get in your body maybe, but it made sure you didn't ever get a cockroach. Back in the 50s. Shelf paper. You put it on the shelves. You put it in your kitchen drawers for your silverware. Kitchen drawers for your silverware. I have eaten some things. I get about 60, 70 views. Yeah, well, I got a good dose of being broke right now. I did use whatever the hell that is, spray stuff. That seemed to help today. But when it gets so damn windy, the winds are howling, you could take a bushel of Allegra, and that stuff started getting in my eyes. What I really need, I have my sunglasses, but even got my eyes, I need goggles to put over my face like this when I go out when it's super windy. Cause all that, and then I need a nose clip or a mask. Right now, I got to blow my nose really bad, but when that pollen starts stirring up with the winds, I start getting miserable, and that's where it started my headache. Zyrtec doesn't work on me. The only thing that worked on me is and Allegra doesn't work on me anymore. It's other stuff, which I can't remember. Yeah, I hate it. I can't remember anything anymore. Not Not Allegra, it's the other stuff, which I can't remember the name of. There's too many damn brand names, too many drug names. I can't remember them all. God, Kathy would know, but I do take that when I have the money, but it's so ungodly expensive. And I noticed that when they came up with generic stuff, it's nowhere as good as the real stuff. And Claritin. No, wait a minute. It is Allegra. You're right. It's Claritin that doesn't work for me anymore. Thank you. I was confusing them. I took Claritin for years. It no longer works. I've taken Claritin. I can't take Benadryl. Benadryl screws me up. Benadryl turns me into a zombie. It's like I'm drunk for 6 months. I can't do Benadryl. So I can't. My mother gave me one Benadryl once. It took me about 4 days to go back to normal, as normal as I ever did. I couldn't even walk. I don't know what's in that stuff. She popped it like it was M&M. My mother was a Benadryl addict, I think. So, yeah, Allegra, that's it. See, there's too many names. I would rename all these things by names you can remember, like purple pill that makes you breathe. You know, something like that. Zycam, and you know, all these heart, Prilosec, Pervacid, all these things. You're going like, huh? I can't remember which is which. Pervacid does nothing, and that other one with this, I think this thing with a Z, it does nothing too. Zantac, I think it is. It doesn't work on me. And then they do generic, and you can't get the prescription strength, and the prescription strength works better. Generics do not work. Anthem Blue Shield 2 years ago was sued because instead of giving you the prescription stuff, they give you the generic, and it's crap. It's like eating fake M&Ms with peanuts. You do the off-brand, and you have the real M&Ms. Well, you can taste the difference. And they give Kathy generic stuff that doesn't work as good as the prescription strength, but they don't want to pay the money for the prescription stuff. And I don't understand something else. I used to have an eye drop, and it was supposed to go off patent last December. It never did. And I don't know what it would do now to my lenses in my eye. By the way, I still can't see anything out of this left eye. I'm so pissed. But this stuff, it didn't go off patent. I said, how much a bottle of this stuff? Because Anthem Blue Cross, and they got these ads, and come to us, we're great. I just got a thing in the mail for Kaiser. I may actually go to that meeting. It's for Medicare to switch Medicare providers. I might go down to that meeting next week just to see what they do. But they stopped paying for this drug, and what it did, it stopped the allergies cold. I put it in my eyes, the allergies stopped. But I said, well, they don't cover it. How much is it? They said, for a little bottle. I have any bottles here. Oh, there's the kitty pill. I knew it was somewhere. Well, when I see Fuzzy again, I'll give her a kitty. It's a bitch to get this thing in there. This is the kitty pill for fleas. Yeah, well, I think they're doing them below because they don't work where they're damn. But anyway, this liquid I used to put in my eyes, it stopped the allergies cold. And I asked the pharmacist, how much is this if I had to pay for that pocket? I figured $40, $50 tops. Then $300. I said, what? And was it made out of gold? I cannot remember the name of it, but it was great because I put in my eyes. I wasn't tearing. I had no sinus infections. It stopped. I have a theory that all these sinuses, all these pollens come in your eyes first. They don't get in your nose. They get here first. You get to your nose, they got to come down here. They don't get in your mouth either. Another thing, I got one air machine going in here. What's really stupid at the Honeywell, I saw one in Best Buy the other day. It's got these vents in the front. There's no way to take the front vent off. It's full of dust. It's been full of dust for 3 years. The back, you can remove a filter, but you can't remove the front vent. And that the guy at Best Buy said, that's because they want you to buy another machine. I guess so. I keep getting these ads for Amazon to buy somebody else's machine. It's $189. God, I wish I could remember the name of that drug. It was the best stuff for allergies ever because you put it in your eyes, but you had to do it every day. And it stopped it. That's why I want to move. And this is what they've had on sale. The Clump and Seal. This is, they have one that's 20 pounds, but I can barely carry this stuff. This is 14 pounds. And you put this in, and then you can scoop it out easily. You just throw it in a bag and throw it out. I don't know what happens to cat litter when it dies. Does it degrade? Does it just stay lumpy, full of cat mess, or where does it? How does that go into the ecosphere? And yeah, thank you, Secret Pal, for this. I'll have to call this guy tomorrow and apologize. I left a message. He has not called back, so I guess he's mad at me about the monitor. I want that monitor. It's a little flat screen monitor that will work with this MacBook. And I paid for it. And I'll tell you what I'm getting. I'm getting another little Mac. I clear off that table, and that's why I wanted the monitor. If it works with the, although when they built this particular model of Mac, you have to have an adapter to use it with the monitor because it doesn't work unless you buy Apple's adapter. Now this right here, if I get this, I have an HDMI cable. I can hook this MacBook up. If I move everything over there and fold up the sofa bed, I can attach this with the adapter and hook it up to my big Sony, and then I can see it. I want another Sony Bravia because then I can hook up a Sony Bravia to my Apple 2GS. Have my 2-in-1 machine, the 2GS now. What I really want when I build a container house, I want a room. I want a video room, and I want a gaming room. I want a PlayStation. I want a PS3. I want a Sega, a Nintendo Cube, a Nintendo 64. I want a television. I want them all hooked. I want an Atari. I want them all hooked up. I don't want retro 87 games on all my cartridges I used to have in the 80s. And I want them all in the little cartridge holders. And I want all my games so I can play Space Invaders or something. And I was looking at some movie. No, it wasn't some movie. It was Lucky Ferrell's. Get a bowling game they were playing at VidCon, an old style 50s bowling game where you had to throw the puck down and get the pins, and people didn't hit all the pins. I used to play a lot of that as a kid. And there was a shuffleboard kind of one where you had the sand and bars and the shuffleboard. And today they'd throw the kids out of the bar, but back then no one cared. And you would run the things down, had little pins at the end of the alley, and you would aim for those pins, try to knock down all the pins. I got pretty good at it. I like bowling. Well, I don't know. That TV is 3 or 4 years old. Kathy's got it. I had for years another Sony for 18 years. My late friend Glenn had the first Sony floor projection set with the 3 big lenses with a separate projector project on the wall for 18 years. And I had a Trinitron for a long time. I think the basic Sonys work fine. Of course, there are competitors that do better TVs probably now, the LG. Now, I was in Best Buy looking at a Sony 4K, but I'm a little bit short of $1,100. And I would love a 4K set. Of course, I said, do they have 8K? And he said, yeah, but they're expensive. And I used to have a little I don't have it anymore. I lost it in storage. I had Sony serial number 1. It was the first Watchman, but it was Watchman, like a little square television set. And my mother worked for Oldie Desmond, and he was an attorney for Sony, and they gave serial number 1 of this first Sony black and white Watchman in 1962 or something. I was fascinated. I would sit in the back room of the apartment at the Woodner Hotel and watch television on it. This when the televisions were like, the size of a house practically. I was watching black and white television on it. Now, I have a black and white TV up there. It's also very dusty. And I don't have the adapter. I'd have to find one on eBay. And it works, but I'd have to find a plug too. But I got it about 6 years ago before they went digital. I used to watch TV on it. That's one thing that made me mad. There used to be little TVs you would get. This thing, it sure is dusty. And by the way, this is another thing I got. It's also everything up there. I got to take everything off. There's my little Hamm's, a short beer. Oh, there we go. A short beer. Hamm's. I got that because we like the Hamm's beer, but and they stopped doing the Hamm's beer because they thought little kids would be drinking. That's a silly thing to do. Oh, there he went. He just fell on the floor. We love the Hamm's beer. To be silly. Hamm's, the beer refreshing. There's the Hamm's beer. Straight from Minnesota, So, but this here, let's see if I can. Unfortunately, on this one, no, it didn't. Why had this clip thing on there? I don't know. Now, there's the antenna. And there was an adapter here. There's the power cord, and there was an adapter, external antenna adapter, contrast, brightness, vertical hold. Remember that? And then there, you know what? I just saw something here. If I can find a DC, whatever voltage this is, I can use this again for something. Maybe. Maybe I could hook this up to my GS. It'll be black and white, though. But this has RCA plugs in the back, which I didn't realize so now. This goes with batteries. This is a GPX. Very space looking, very dirty. It's been sitting in my, I think it fell off the refrigerator. I don't know if it still works or not. It's only rattling around. But I watched TV on this for years in my bed. Unfortunately, they make a TV you can still watch like this. It's digital. This thing is cracked open though. I only kept it because I liked it. And did have a way to put batteries in it. But you always had trouble. You had to take these tabs. Well, no, you didn't. There you go. D-cell batteries. But in the old days, before they got rid of the analog signal, you could take one of these and go camping with it or something. Or sit in your car. I used to sit in the car years ago and watch television in my car. I would have to open this up, try to get this case to snap back. It popped open. I think it fell off the refrigerator. That's another thing. I got this, and this had a radio on it. And this case to snap back. It popped open. I think it fell off the refrigerator. That's another thing. I got this, and this had a radio on it. And the dial still works. This had AM/FM radio. So if I still had, I don't know what happened to the power cord. Uh-oh. That's rattling. Oh, God. The AM/FM TV switch is inside the thing. Okay. Well, I just determined one thing. Unless I get somebody to fix this, the tuner thing is dead. No, that's volume. But the little thing that switches from AM/FM TV is falling inside. I have to open this up and fix it. This said UHF, radio, It's had a radio on it. Used to listen to baseball on it. Retro TV. Yeah, another thing. I got a story on one of the PC channels today, not politically correct. And they said that Sony Watchmen, all kinds of stuff from the 70s and 80s are going for like $1,500, $1,500, not thousand. Even a Game Boy is going for like original Game Boy, which I have, is going for like $200 now. I should maybe sell it. Oh, that'll fit on there. Ooh, boy, that. Ooh, dust. Clip that on there and a wave of dust came on. Yeah, mini discs. They were trying to do CDs before they were CDs. There were all kinds of weird CDs before they were CDs. There were all kinds of weird. Remember Laserdisc? Laserdiscs were great. I loved Laserdisc. Glenn loved Laserdisc. My friend Glenn. Laserdiscs were great. Saw us a movie on Laserdisc. In some ways, they say some of the movies, the quality is better than Blu-ray. And there's Laserdiscs that have never come out on DVD or Blu-ray. But they're on Laserdisc. I broke 3 Walkmans. I have Walkman fever. I had my cassettes in there. And in fact, there was a Walkman with a little adapter. You could put an AM, FM radio in it. And one thing I hate is I see all these devices now and they go, FM radio. I say, that's fine. I can't listen to coast. I can't listen to baseball. What the hell do I want FM for? But everybody's got this bug up their ass about FM. I can't listen to Rush. Yes, I went to Alien Con. Thank you. It wasn't entirely satisfactory. Could have gone a lot better. Part of it's my fault. Part of it's the fact there was no Wi-Fi in the train. I told the Amtrak clerk about the train running over somebody, and she said, "You're kidding." I said, "No, and apparently they didn't tell their employees one of their trains ran over somebody." One of their trains ran over somebody. I should get up every once in a while because everything gets stiff if I sit too long. Ugh. Be careful. Be nice. You're not sure. Neither am I. Thank you very much. What are you not sure of, computer? They don't want to answer me now. See? It's like a woman that won't talk to me. Computer, what are you not sure of? Sorry, I'm not sure. It's never sure. Yeah, I first of all got Alien Con and complained after I left, when I got back home, that nobody told me where the restaurant was, the pool. I still don't know where the gym was. No map. They had a folder, kind of like this, but it was an ornate, kind of leathery thing, and they showed you, the bar, the room service menu, and all about the hotel, but they didn't tell you where anything was. And there may not been a channel telling you where everything was. I still don't know where the hell everything was. The bar was in the lobby. The gift shop was in the lobby. And I couldn't figure out where the pool was. I would like to take a nice swim in the heated pool. I was only there one night, but it would have been nice to soak my body for a while. The restaurant was down there somewhere, too. I don't know where that was. They had a gym for the use of the people. And this woman wrote me an email and I said, "Well, you could have told me where that was." Well, the gym, the bar, and the pool, and the restaurant are past the bar down this long corridor. I said, I didn't see a single sign saying restaurant. Now, they had a TV there across the bar. The bar was evident. It was very noisy. You could hear it out in the lobby. They had a TV monitor, and they're showing about the Sheraton and the amenities in the restaurant. And they're showing the food, but nowhere in that TV monitor display they say, take a right turn and go down the hall, and you'll find the restaurant or the gym or the pool. And I said, this is stupid. I got to ask where the whole thing is. I'm too tired to ask. I couldn't think straight. I was exhausted. 13 hours in the train, 13 and a half hours in the train. Then I had to walk to light rail, from light rail to the hotel at night, figure out how to get in the hotel. That was an adventure. Found a cleaning lady, and she told me how to get in the hotel and got a guard. He said, go down 2 flights of steps. Well, I don't do steps well with all my stuff. Got up to the room, did a live video, did a second one. Then I got hungry. Went down to the desk, asked for directions. One printed out directions. They were wrong direction. They were driving directions. I walked 28 blocks for a hamburger. Then when I got back in the dark, I couldn't find the hotel because it was dark. I don't do well in the dark anymore. Then the next day when I was leaving, I had to drag all my stuff around and try to find light rail again, their metro. And I'm lucky I met a local who told me where the metro was. I'm walking forever, and I found a bookstore, and they told me how. Then on the way back, I sit in Union Station all night. Every crazy came into L.A. And these wooden benches about the width of my chair that were very uncomfortable, and the guard let me slide. Very uncomfortable, and the guard let me slide. We start talking about being a guard. I was one once, and he, you're only allowed to sit there for 2 hours, wait for a train. So I got coffee, a salad, got a few other things. And, oh, by the way, the other night I ate Kathy's candy bar. I'm going to give her a new candy bar. The candy bar was so damn bitter. It was super dark chocolate. That was horrible. So I get on the train. No Wi-Fi in the train going down, as I promised, because I didn't know they didn't have any. No Wi-Fi going back up. I upload videos once I get up. And this stupid Kindle Fire. Now, this is very bizarre to me. The dongle will recognize the USB port, but this Kindle Fire, the Mac does not recognize it. And I haven't had time to go to Berkeley to go to the Amazon store to say, how the hell does this recognize it? Round trip, 28 blocks. So I counted them. So found a hamburger place that's open all night. Found the CVS, got stuff from CVS, then walked back. And I get about 3 blocks north. I could see the Hilton. I could see the Bank of America. Where the hell is the Sheraton? All looked alike to me in the dark. Found a shopping cart. Put all my groceries in the shopping cart. A Whole Foods Market shopping cart. Pushed it. Finally found the Sheraton. Wish I'd had the next day the shopping. I couldn't find where I left the shopping cart. It was daylight. I didn't know where I was. So we get on the train. We get to Morgan Hill, about 90 miles from here. No, I take it back. About 90 miles. Train stops. We've got a problem with a trespasser. He said, we're on a train. Who the hell trespasses on a train? So they had to stop. They backed the engine up about 150. They hit somebody and killed them. They never did find out if it was a male or a female, and there wasn't any news reports. I called every news agency in the Bay Area. So that was what happened. They ran over someone who was walking along the tracks, and according to the conductor, this happens about 3 times a week now with all the railroads. Burlington Northern, SV, Union Pacific, and Amtrak, and the commuter line going from San Francisco, San Jose, Caltrain. People walk along the tracks, and they kill them. And it's happened at least 3 times here in Martinez in the last year. People are walking along the tracks at Amtrak, and they don't, for whatever reason. Now, I stood there today when I went in to ask about going to Alien Con next year. And there's a big freight train full of fuel cars, full of crude oil cars going from the refinery and other cars. And all night I could hear and other noises from the trains. They're only about 8 blocks away. Yet somebody that walk along the track can't hear the trains. I don't know if they're drunk, stoned, or what, but they get run over. So that's what. Ow, I just put my one foot on my bent toe, and that hurt. But the conductor said that they're having grief counseling for the Amtrak employees. It's happening so much they're freaking out. And I'm going like, what's sad that it's happened, but if it happens so much, you would get inured to it after a while. It probably wouldn't bother you unless you were the one that saw the guy or woman run over. The one who needs grief counseling is probably the engineer. He said he felt a thump and then he felt something dragging along the bottom of the train. That's the guy who needs grief counseling. He wouldn't. So, but there's whole camp cities, and you see in my videos I posted going all the way down to Los Angeles of homeless people living on the train tracks. And some areas along those train tracks, there's that much clearance between a wall and the track. And if you're on that track at that time, you're going to get killed. I enjoyed going to AlienCon. I've got 40 short videos. I can't get off that damn Kindle Fire, so I can post them so you can see it. I enjoyed going to AlienCon. I've got 40 short videos. I can't get off that damn Kindle Fire, so I can post them so you can see it. I will never, ever, ever use a Kindle Fire again to post videos. But my iPad locked up. The home button's broken. It needs to be repaired. I don't have the $14 right now to send it off, or it would be sent off already. The repair has been paid for. I don't have the money to send it off. But they're trapped on here. And the only way it can do it, according to this, it will post them on Facebook or it'll post them on Twitter. It's the most idiotic thing I've ever seen. Also, I've got this plugged in. It's off. And I should maybe unplug it. Right now, this device, well, there it is. You have some guys selling G's, whatever they are, and football guy and a basketball guy. And right now, this thing is red hot. The back of it is like an oven. It feels red hot to the touch. I can't figure that out either. Now, all right, this is a test. Will it shut off when I record? Yes or no? Now, that was one video I did. And, whoops, hello. Now this went to some Amazon stream out there. But I was afraid I didn't know how to do this. So a lot of these were real short to the point of almost being non-existent. This one's long. But I don't know how the hell to get it off the damn Kindle Fire or Amazon Fire. And the bulk of this stuff that you see out there on the internet is how to get the stuff going from computer to this piece of crap and not the other way around. So there must be a way to get this off of here. But so far, I haven't figured it out. And unfortunately, I made all in like 10 seconds, 35 seconds. Here's one for 3 minutes. And that should show you the noise level in that room. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Somewhere there. Oh, there's the volume. So anyway, I can't transfer them. I can't transfer these damn things off of here. I'm stuck. And it really makes you mad. And the longest one is the seminar, one of the 2 alien abduction seminars with Nick Pope and Linda Moulton Howe. Oops, hello. And they don't have a way to make it. There's no way, unlike the iPad. Now, Aaron gave me the first one of these. I set it back, it stopped working. There's no way, unlike the iPad, that I can see to make this widescreen. So, in this particular one, they filmed for Ancient Aliens. So, these are all too short. I never really filmed much of a video on here. Here was one with the stage with nobody on it. Just to show people what they, but you know, I didn't have a light on this or anything. It's just the natural sunlight. Google Play Store app. Well, that may work. There's supposed to be a way to send us cloud on Google, but so far I've been unable to get it to work. So what I'm going to do with this thing is take it to Berkeley, the Amazon store, take my MacBook, take my hard drive, please, and try to get it to get them to transfer it, because I got the dongle here, charging thing. This is supposed to work and have the damn thing. I have the Android app on my MacBook. It will not transfer it from the Kindle to the MacBook. So, and I don't know if this thing has Google Play on it or not. Let me. Well, I can't do it now. I'm doing this. Maybe I'll look at that, see if it's in the App Store, and hope it's up. Hope it's free. So, but this is why I do stuff in the iPad. I can transfer that just about anywhere. The Google Cloud, I can transfer stuff. You're supposed to be able to transfer stuff off the Kindle Fire to Google Cloud. I can't even figure out how to get that for. Very frustrating. So anyway, yeah, and when I walked down the light rail again, unlike the first time where I walked out of the light rail about 7:30, no, about 10 o'clock at night, but 9 o'clock, it was still light, and walked up the street about 6 blocks. The way going back, I went the wrong way in the map. I couldn't read the map because it was dark by that time. And I went down this long street and happened to find this bookstore. And he said, make a left and go down South Colorado Boulevard. Well, I went down South Colorado Boulevard for about 12 blocks, carrying all my bags and panting and ready to keel over, until I met a local who was complaining about something that was happening in town. Excuse me, do you live? And she said, yes. And I said, where the hell is the metro? And she said, down there about 2 blocks. I found the metro. So I'm going to go to Baltimore next year if I can. Then I will take the train from Baltimore to New York. I've never done it. I can fly, but I'll take the train. It'll be fun. It's not that far, I don't think. Then I will take the train from New York to Pittsburgh, the Pennsylvanian, partly to rub it into the faces of the Jason Callan idiots who say I'm not a true Pennsylvanian. And then you will see me in Pittsburgh, the homeland, the fatherland and motherland. Not the original motherland, that is Germany, of course, but you will see me in Pittsburgh. And and you can see the difference here. Oh, by the way, happy July 4th. And there's the traditional strange. There's the traditional strange Tales, Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. cover. July 4th. I lost the thing here. Hold on. Let me. Now the problem with the Amazon, the iPad is that the glare wipes it out. The backlighting glare, and but here's the difference. What you can do with the iPad as opposed to the Kindle Fire. There's me talking about Fuzzy Butt the cat. So that's why I prefer the iPad. The weird thing, the Kindle Fire, you can watch YouTube on it. You can look up the weather, but I tried 3 times trying to look up something on Google and it crashed. Make the grades. So, yeah, I can't afford to pay them to be volunteer. I need a butler, concierge. I still don't know what the hell is a concierge. I got told it does certain services for people at hotels. He or she. I'm not sure. So, I'm itching here. Side of my neck. Driving me crazy. But it will cost $160 to go from Baltimore to Pittsburgh by train. I also have a problem. I'm flying to Baltimore. Pittsburgh by train. I also have a problem. I'm flying to Baltimore. I am scared to death of heights. I am scared of bridges. I'm scared of skyscrapers. I'm scared of airplanes. I'm not scared of the airplane. I watched this great video. They have these 2 British guys, and they're doing live, and they're discussing all the planes. They apparently know the whole schedule of every airline in London at Heathrow, and they film the planes taking off. That's all they do for hours, and it's live streaming. It's great. It's planes like Ethiopian Airlines and Aeroflot, and airlines you've never heard of before. But I watched that for about 40 minutes the other night. But I don't have a problem. The takeoff scares me. The landing scares me. The minute I look down on the ground, I have to close the shutter. I cannot look out the window on a plane. It scares the hell out of me. And the whole time in the back of my head, I hope we don't crash. Please let the thing get back to the ground. And when I get back on the ground, thank you, God. Thank you. But I'm not. It would take a week to get to Baltimore on Amtrak. I'm not taking a week. And I got to fly back from Pittsburgh, and I may or may not stop up in Denver. Yeah, I think they give frequent probing miles. I don't want any frequent probing miles. A probometer, he got this little probe, and it's like these things at the high school here. They got a little thermometer where they show much how people have donated the yearly fund for whatever. I don't want the probometer. Here's how many times you've probed you. What would you get? A free flight for another probing? I mean, Flying Gray Airlines, the airline that we have no seats, just probes. There's no cushioned seat. You just sit on the probe. I don't want to sit on the probometer. Ride the probe. You must be this tall to ride this probe. No. All right, Mary. Thank you. Have a good night. Have a good sleep. Try not to get probed. Watch out for the Greys. Yeah, I wonder something else. Whitley Strieber always talked about the Greys are coming in his house. The Greys are coming in his windows, his doors. Why didn't they just try to nail the doors and windows shut or screw them shut? Then you can remove the screws later. You see the Greys start nailing the crap out like you do in a cartoon. Bugs Bunny would do that. Daffy Duck, Elmer Fudd later. You see the Greys start nailing the crap out like you do in a cartoon. Bugs Bunny would do that. Daffy Duck, Elmer Fudd. Just put the whole bunch of big heavy ass nails there, or get yourself a nail gun, and just nail those suckers shut. Let's see the Greys force that open. You wouldn't be able to get it open either, and shut the windows too. What do the Greys do? I guess they make you come. What do you only got? You're like in a block house, a cinder block house. You only got one door in and out. If you barricade the door, they're gonna make you hypnotically come out of the door. I was thinking of a Grey defense. You maybe have except they stop electrical things, but maybe you could do it pneumatically. We wouldn't require electricity. You have your little building, and it just retracts into the ground, and the cover pulls over it. And you got enough air to live on, water for a while. And you have a Grey detector. They land, they come out. Your alarm system goes off. Your building goes into the ground. The little metal cover goes over it, shuts. Greys can't get in. You're underground. It made me think of that because there was an alarm going off. This car alarm was going off like crazy today across from Amtrak. I didn't see the car. They go honk, beep, beep, honk, and everybody was going, "Shut up!" I'm thinking maybe you need a Grey detector. And then the Greys come, your building retracts. They can't probe you. You're safe. And since it's underground, you can't get out either until your security system says the danger is over. You're stuck in there. Hello, Patrick. How you doing? Welcome. I wonder if that's like, is there like meat? You get, I want it light, I want it medium, and I want it well done. You get like medium rare, medium probing, heavy probing, and light probing. And what would be a light probe, Oh, good. And why do they need to probe you? Think light probe, Oh, good. And why do they need to probe you? Think of this instrument. They've been here since let's say they didn't show up in the 20s. So let's say the first alien got here in 1947. All right. That's 71 years they've been coming to the Earth. Let's say they never showed up for 1940. They saw the atomic bomb in 1945. It took them 2 years to get here. Light speed, or going through the wormhole. And they started probing within about 10 years. Why are they still probing? It's been like 73 years. They're still using probes. I don't get that. Maybe they think we're meat thermometers. Maybe they're eating us. Some say that's happening too. The reptilians are eating. And remember, they got those microwave attachments with the thermometer. You stick it in the meat to see if the meat's done. Does the probe do that? You stick it in the human to see if the human is done. I don't know. How many are working tomorrow? Anybody working? They had the pharmacy open tomorrow at Safeway till noon or 3 o'clock or something. I'm getting sleepy myself. I wasn't sleepy. She's been sleepy. Now I'm starting to fall asleep. I'm probably going to end this in a little bit. I'm getting very tired. I need a shower, and I need something more substantial. Going to a minor league baseball game. What team? Hello, our table. What team? Where are you going? Toledo Mudhens, the only minor league, or the Sacramento Bearcats. That's the only two minor league teams I know. I think there's a a team named the Atomic something too in New Mexico or something like that. Oh, I forgot. There's also the 51s in Las Vegas. Pulaski Yankees hosting the Bluefield Blue Jays. Oh, they worked long and hard for those names. So original. I saw a car today. It was a Chevy. I don't know if the guy was a fan of the creature or that was the actual car name. I saw a green car, and that lime green car, Dago. I don't know if the guy was a fan of the creature or that was the actual car name. I saw a green car, and that lime green car, Dago green. Let's scream green. I mean, green! That Amtrak. And I don't know if they have a car named that or the guy was a fan of the creature from the game. It was a Chevy Sonic. Or he likes the hamburger chain. 83rd season for Pulaski team. They got a winning record? Oh, happy birthday, Maggie. Didn't know it was your birthday. Happy birthday. I thought green. I know Yoshi is green. I'm not sure what color Sonic is. I have a Sonic car somewhere. There he is. 9-3. I meant historically. Do they have a winning record? 9-3 ain't bad though. They'd be 10-3 if they had aliens probing. Boy, when you probe a Louisville sucker, that must be painful. Or an aluminum bat. Yeah, which works better for probing, aluminum or wood? Oh, that's cool. Good team then. Where are they? Where's this team at? East Nowhere, Iowa? I don't think it heard me. Where is the team? What state at least? Where's this team? Where? ¿Dónde está es béisbol? And where's the library? Where's the bibliotheca? Virginia. Okay. By the way, it's July 4th now for almost an hour. I don't hear any rioting in the streets. No leftists coming to my door. No Black Lives Matter people here. As I talked about affirmative action. Where is the Alex Jones riots? Are they waiting for the sun to come out? Is that like vampires? They have to wait for the sun to come out? Yeah. Here's a thought. What if you became a zombie and a vampire at the same time? You got bit by a vampire, but then you turned into a zombie because you. Yeah, why aren't vampires zombies? Or are they zombies? They're dead. Vampire zombies. Or are they zombies? They're dead. Local games are the best game. Local games are fun to watch. Kathy is bored to death over baseball. She really finds baseball boring. But local games are cool. I like local baseball. Local football too. College football, high school football, doesn't matter to me. Good stuff. Excuse me. Avocados, $1 a pound. Fresh cut fruit bowls, 3 for $12. $48 for a whole seedless watermelon. You know the problem with seedless watermelons? Every time you get one, they never taste sweet. They always have something lacking. Now, tomorrow we'll do some laundry. Finally, get off my butt, do laundry, and do some cleaning up here. Throw some garbage out there. I got a whole bag of, I got a whole trash can full of papers here. Yeah, well, baseball is uniquely American, although it has immigrated to South Korea, Japan, South America, Central America, Cuba. They love baseball in Venezuela. They used to before everybody starved and ate their dogs and cats. Sad country, that. No, the high school team is Alhambra High School, but they do they're big into they're more into football there than baseball. They just stands there packed for football. And before they turned it into the School of Science and Technology, Galileo had football. And Galileo had football. And I think he was there before I was, or after I was. But O.J. Simpson went to my high school. Yeah, never put the fireworks in the hot dog. By the way, one year at a different kind of convention, I went to WesterCon, which is the West Coast Science Fantasy Convention. It's a science fiction convention. We went to Sacramento and we were shooting off bottle rockets. And, well, a few of them went on the roof of the hotel. And the hotel was not happy. They called the police on us. So we were shooting off very illegal. Bottle rockets are illegal, but we were shooting them off. And some of them did not go where we expected. One went into some guy's car as he was driving by and went out the other side. A couple of them went on the roof. One went into the balcony of a hotel room. And of course, we're drunk off our ass because there was parties all night. It's July 4th. It's when WesterCon happens, and we're shooting off the fireworks. And we're going to the parties. You know, go to one room, there's beer. You go to the other room, there's beer. In the other room, there's hard liquor, and there's more beer. I used to drink a lot. At only conventions I drank, but for some reason it didn't phase me. I guess because of adrenaline. I'd be munching on everything: cheese, fondue, burritos, tacos, tortilla chips, salsa. And everybody, for some reason, the beer I remember that was preponderant more than anything. Now it would be India Pale Ale or something, or Heineken or Beck's. Back then was Coors. And I must have had about 7 Coors that night and some hard liquor. And then in my hotel room, that was a different convention, but we had tequila and all kinds of stuff. And I had to drink whatever it was, and people drank that too, the mezcal with the worm in it. But we were all shooting off these bottle rockets, and they were going everywhere. And we took off because we didn't get arrested by the Sacramento police. I was about 18, I think. And you just do fun stuff when you're young, fun and stupid. They periodically in this area. They arrest people for illegal fireworks. Sadly, it's illegal to set them off here, even though you can drive down to San Mateo and other counties. You can buy the fireworks. They're safe and sane fireworks. They're legal. If you drive here and set them off, someone will call the cops on you. So tonight I will go down to the Marina Green here and take video of the people and do video of the people down there. And then you got to get early. It gets so packed full of people. But unfortunately, it's also a very long walk there and back. I walked down last Christmas. They were giving free Christmas dinner and free gifts. and I just about keeled over. That marina is a very big area. It must be 30 acres or something. They have softball fields there too. So I think I'll walk down early, about maybe go feed the cats early, go down about 3 o'clock, take a blanket down and a pillow and just sit on the ground till I get done filming people, and then save the fireworks, save room on the iPad fireworks, then film that. Hopefully I got enough room. Why wouldn't GoPro? Excuse me. So, well, people, it's 1:03 in the morning. I'm getting rather sleepy. I've been on for 2.5 hours, a little lower than that. I think I'm going to end this one. I am tired. I need a shower. I need some real food me other than pizza rolls. Maybe some nice corn on the cob. I'll do the peach tomorrow. You can see me eating peach pie ice cream tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow. I'll do that tonight when I get back home from the fireworks. There's nothing to do today. So I'm going to end this one. I'm getting very sleepy. So this is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh. Have a great night. Sorry about the buffering in the first video. I hope you'll get to see everything I bought. And this will be cool now that I know working the MacBook. I have that monitor sitting on the floor here. I bought. And this will be cool now that I know working the MacBook. I have that monitor sitting on the floor here. I just find the Westinghouse remote, and I could have the big monitor up there. Now I know you can use this. I might even be able to use this in one of my apples. On the Westinghouse monitor was my mother's. Now I can find some use for it with this. Might get another one. I need to find my HDMI cable. It's somewhere. I think I may need an adapter for this DVI, because the one computer I'm going to get has a DVI connector, which is really old. All right, have a great morning. Enjoy your baseball and hot dogs and apple pie and picnic lunch and barbecue and beer and soda and pretzels, peanuts, potato chips, sack races, egg races, tug of wars, whatever they do all that, unfortunately, I recall from being a kid. Stay warm, dry, wet, or cool as the case may be. Hopefully cool but not too cold, and hopefully dry but not too dry or not too wet either. And stay safe out there. This is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh, and I am going to go take a shower and go to bed. Bye-bye for now. And how do I shut this off? Oh, there it is. Okay. Couldn't see it. So I'll catch you next time. See you tonight. I'll do live tonight when I get home after I have a nap. I didn't have my nap today. And I tried. I tried for a long... No, I did sleep today. I take that back. But I wanted a nap in the evening and didn't get it because I wanted to get back home. People say, when are you going to live broadcast? When are you going to live broadcast? I don't know. Wonder if I die, will I do a dead broadcast? Will I come back to life? That's the next question. I don't know. All right. Have a good morning, people, and a good day, and have a lot of fun. And be safe out there. Bye-bye for now.